From the Intellifluence headquarters in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona, this is the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight. In each episode, we sit down with an influencer from our network and we discuss their background as well as their unique approach to influencer marketing. Originally from New York, Celia Abernethy is living La Dolce Vita in northern Italy. After a career in fashion and design school in Milan, Celia created MilanoStyle.com and later LakeComoStyle.com to showcase her writing and online marketing skills. Celia has been featured in HuffPost and specializes in online marketing consulting for travel companies. You can follow Celia on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter, to name a few. Thank you so much for agreeing to speak with us. And can you tell us a little bit about your background, including what led you to start your two fashion blogs?
Yeah, sure. I'm originally from New York, and I came to Italy. I live in Italy now, and I came to Italy as a model. I was working in fashion. I did runway work and print catalogs and, all of the things that a model wants to do. But when you're 25 years old, you're already too old to be a model. So you have to reinvent yourself. So I went back to school. I did the design school here in Milan and became a graphic artist. And after school, I immediately got a job as a web designer and web developer. So my blog was my personal project that was what I used to experiment with new programming or new graphics or new technologies. So I started blogging about living in Italy, my experiences, what I was doing, what I was learning about the language, where I would go shopping, the restaurants that I would visit. And from that, it turned into people sending me questions like, I'm coming to visit, what should I do? Where should I stay? So it developed into a travel blog, whereas it was really just my web diary, and people started asking about it. So,
well, wonderful. I could pick your brain all day about. I love Italian wine. I love coffee espresso. Italy's at the top of my list in terms of places to visit. So I could probably ask you a bunch of questions as well, selfishly. But I'm going to try and keep the interview on track here. When you think back, what are some of the challenges that you overcame when setting up your blogs?
Definitely, it's about when you start doing collaborations with people, first you blog because you're passionate about what you're blogging about. So I was passionate about my new life in Italy and Italian design and things I would discover. When you're passionate about something, the ideas come easy, but to maintain it, because there are costs to maintain a blog, you do have to pay for your web hosting and you have to pay for any kind of advertising you want to do if you want to build up your audience. So you do want to do some collaborations with some companies. At the beginning, when you present yourself, it's usually a barter, and barter is great. It's a great way to get something that you want, and in return you can do some promotion for somebody. I once had an antique shop. She invited me in and she said, take anything you want and write about my shop. And so I was like, well, okay, but you can't pay the rent with vintage jewelry. So you have to start maybe at a point and say, well, okay, I'll promote your shop, but we have to have some sort of agreement as well. I think that's the hardest part of turning your blog from a hobby into a job, because you still want to do it passionately, but you also want something in return, so you can develop it more and make it better.
Definitely it needs to be definitely mutually beneficial. So you touched on collaborations. Do you have one or two that come to mind as some of your favorites or most memorable?
Well, one of my favorites was It's the Pinelli Estate in Cilento, which is near Naples. And it's a luxury villa. And they invited me to visit the area. I brought my husband with me, and they treated us like royalty, really. It was really a wonderful experience. It was a luxury villa overlooking the vineyards of Cilento, and there was a private chef, and they took us for an exclusive tour of the area, and they just really treated us really well. And as part of the campaign, I blogged about it on my websites, and I also freelance for some travel publications, so I was able to mention them in print publications as well. And so it was a really good collaboration from both sides, because it was a great experience. And yeah, I think I'd like to go back.
Definitely. And beyond your blogs, you have a presence on pretty much every popular social media platform. What type of content is your favorite to produce? Do you like imagery, videos, or more long form travel guides or blog posts? What's some of your favorite kind of content to produce?
I love taking photos. So although I love taking photos, it is a little bit tedious to, get the right one or pick the right one that you want to post, and you want them all to look good together. It's a lot of work actually to get the imagery all correct, but my passion is in writing and storytelling. So I love to visit a place, and you can find a million travel guides online, and go see this landmark and visit this museum and make sure that you drink this cocktail. But if you have a story, then you can give a person that's reading it a sense of what they're going to experience. Anybody can go to a museum and say, okay, I'm going to look at that. But if you know that when you go to that museum, it's been there for 800 years and it has a story behind it, then you might even look at it in a different way when you walk in.
Definitely. And you undoubtedly have a wealth of knowledge in terms of blogging. So I'd love if you could provide any advice for aspiring bloggers that are kind of looking to dip their toes in it, and think about, is this something that I could do as a side gig, or maybe this could be my career?
Yeah, you should definitely look into blogging as a side gig at first, because you kind of want to dip your toes in and try it out and see what you like doing. Do you like writing? Do you like taking photos? Do you like video logs? Everybody has the thing that they love best, and also which category you want to be in. Do you want to do food, or do you want to do travel or beauty? There's lots of things to try, and there's still things that I would like to try. But I think by starting off as a hobby, you can get to know, even how the business side of it works, because like I said, you can't pay your rent with vintage jewelry. But that's a great way to start. Do barter, and then little by little, even other opportunities will come about. I've been asked to speak. I've been asked to translate. I've even been asked to officiate international weddings where they needed somebody to speak English and Italian. Things that I never would have thought that I could do. So other opportunities come out of it. Speaking at schools, or there are just so many different opportunities. And even the freelance writing, I was writing on my own blog, and I would be approached by magazines and publications. Oh, we really like what you're doing. Can you do something for us? So And that's also good for your own profile, that you build up your own brand or your own profile.
It's wonderful to hear that so much has come from it. Along that line, so do you have any specific goals for the next year as it pertains to your blog or social media?
Well, as you know, we've been living in the pandemic and living in lockdown. So travel hasn't been that, active. It's been a good opportunity for me to catch up on, stories that maybe I hadn't written, or, things that projects that I had on the back burner that I wasn't able to find time for. That has helped. But I think that when travel does begin, it will be more, I think people will be more mindful of travel, of where they go. On the blog, I'd like to support more of the travel companies or hotels or hospitality that are offering sustainable tourism. And even in the style section, I would like to feature more sustainable fashion. And I think this period has given us a time of reflection, and people will want to find more sustainable solutions, even for travel, fashion, food, lifestyle.
Want to join Intellifluence as an influencer for free? It's easy. Visit Intellifluence.com, click on the influencers link, and then click on the Join for Free button to sign up. You'll get immediate access to our influencer marketplace where you can browse relevant offers from brands and apply on the spot. Earn cash quickly by referring your friends and family. You'll also be eligible to receive attractive product and service pitches from brands. There's absolutely no cost to join as an influencer, so we hope you take advantage of our service. Also, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date. That's it for now. We hope to see you soon.